What does the presidential election mean to the auto industry? Well, this is something you want to know about because the auto industry was one of the many sectors within the United States economy holding its breath ahead of the presidential election. It means a lot to them. And under current government regulations, automakers will have to meet strict fuel economy standards and emission standards that require aggressive growth in electric vehicle sales moving toward 2030. This means some major changes for the auto industry, but also for you and what your choices will be. I'll tell you more. But first, I want to remind you to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you can keep updated on what's going on in the automotive world. The Biden administration's existing standards appear unrealistic based on current and near-term electric vehicle demand, putting automakers at financial risk as they attempt to navigate their product plans between government regulations and your consumer preferences. The cost of producing electric vehicles is substantially higher compared to traditional gasoline vehicles or hybrid models, which reduces or even eliminates their profit and further complicates the path forward. These factors are already impacting multiple auto manufacturers' financial security, as reflected by recent statements from Volkswagen Group and Stellantis. The Trump-Vance win will create a shift away from electric vehicle mandates, though the degree of that pullback is really unknown. Given the level of resources both domestic and foreign auto manufacturers have already invested in electric vehicle production, and the multi-year timeline required to change product plans in a substantial way, that could reduce electric vehicle incentives and sales will still prove costly to the industry. And then we have the Elon Musk factor with Tesla, and that could change a lot of the situation. The uncertainty surrounding political shifts has long been one of the most challenging aspects of running a successful car company. This year's election and the upcoming shift in government regulations will be more consequential to the auto industry than any previous election. The disconnect between current electric vehicle regulations and real-world consumer demand has put traditional automakers on an impossible path. They've invested billions of dollars in rapid electric vehicle development, even as those sales are lagging and cars have been piling up on dealer lots. Just drive by one, and you'll see that. So we expect that the Trump administration to carefully assess and ultimately replace existing MPG mandates, equating to electric vehicle mandates, because those numbers don't make a lot of sense. We've discussed that in the past with a policy that better recognizes market reality, and this is a net positive for traditional automakers. But it could mean an even slower growth for electric vehicle sales and a tougher road ahead for electric vehicle brands like Lucid, Rivian, and Tesla. Consumers have not jumped on the electric vehicle path and have chosen hybrids and plug-in hybrids as well as gasoline-powered cars as their preferred choice. Electric vehicles will always be in the mix as long as consumers want them. We've seen the results of that on a global basis where mandates have forced manufacturers to produce products that consumers don't want. As for Tesla, it is the leader in the electric vehicle segment. In addition, it is an American-made brand, meaning it will bypass many of the U.S. tariff-related issues that other OEMs can't currently avoid, allowing it to continue succeeding with Trump's administration in charge. An executive order could quickly roll back these standards, easing pressure on automakers to meet current emission goals by transitioning away from electric vehicles. I wonder how quickly automaker CEOs will make formal requests to the Trump administration to totally abolish the electric vehicle mandate because they take losses on every vehicle. Can we abolish the California Air Resources Board? That would be nice too. Now is the time to save themselves. So far, 17 states, including California, have adopted this program from the California Air Research Board, and one state is making the regulation for all the other states, which is a problem, and it's not constitutional, but it's been in play for a long time now. Across the states that have adopted these ZEV programs or these zero-emission programs, the average number of electric vehicles per 10,000 residents is more than double that of the states that haven't adopted the program. Trump advisors have drafted language aimed at revisiting the Clean Air Act waivers that allow California to enforce its own stricter pollution standards, a move that could weaken the state's power to drive the national electric vehicle agenda. California not only leads the country in EV adoption, It's also responsible for creating the programs which require new vehicles to reach 100% zero emission and clean plug-in hybrid electric status in California by 2035. We'll see if that happens because their grid certainly cannot support that. We'll be watching all of the new rules and regulations, and we'll keep you posted.